Hey everybody, and welcome to another episode of Pillow Talk. Today we have the one and only Adonis. Do you want to introduce yourself?
Hello.
Well, introduce yourself. That doesn't work, but yeah, this is Adonis.
Yes. I'm good. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, how are you? Good.
Yes, you guys had very nice things to say about me last week, so I appreciate that.
We did, yeah. We do. We love you here. And how's
Thank you.
Yeah, how's it being a business owner?
Well, I mean, I love it. I feel like most people can tell I'm very passionate about the business that I own. For those who don't know, I'm one of the two owners for the vineyard. I own it with Zach Malone. We got it in December, and I feel like I've gone a little crazy with it, with doing a bunch of events and stuff, but like I just like to do that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I think that's what I love when businesses do that, like of their events and
someone was like, you need to calm down, and I'm like, no, because I like to do it and it keeps us relevant. Us being kind of far out from the city as well, like I really want people to have a reason to go up to the vineyard.
Yeah, well, that was for like so long, that was my favorite place to go.
Yeah,
like, it's no secret, like I love it there. And then when it closed down, I was like, oh, I don't have a favorite place anymore.
I know. I was a manager
so
there like before it closed, and when it closed I was like, okay, if it goes for sale, I'm buying it.
Well, yeah, I mean,
this is mine.
And you know what, I feel like it was so perfect for you as well, for you and Zachary. I think, I don't know, you can see that you're passionate about the business and about like the things in there. I love that.
Thank you. Yeah.
So you were a manager there before, you said?
Yeah, so with the previous owner, I was hired on as an event manager. So for those who might have been around in September, before the vineyard was sold, there was an event with Vanessa Stars that was done. I planned that event, but not as an owner.
Ah, okay. Yeah, I think I remember that. That was a really good event.
Yeah, thank you. I was really proud of that, and then when it went for sale, I just kind of, knew that, like, so Zach and I, he's very much more internal. He works with like hiring and he does all of our books and stuff, and then I focus on like our partnerships with other businesses and events, and like we obviously focus a lot on the celebrity collaborations. We've done quite a few already, and tease that we have quite a few coming up as well.
Yeah.
But I like to do that kind of stuff. I like to be busy, and I like to, give artists or business like a platform or doing something unique and different in the city is always something fun, right?
It's so, yeah, and I feel like you're doing such a good job with it. Like,
Thank you.
I might be a little biased, but I love Heartless's.
Well, yes.
Maybe I'm a bit
biased.
Maybe a little bit. No, it's so nice.
Right. Well,
so good.
I mean, we can talk about that. So like when we got the business, Zach and I had a discussion of, we wanted obviously to do a bunch of like collaborations with artists, but we wanted to have like one like hired employee that was like our official like celebrity ambassador. And there was like conversation that was had about who would be a good possibility. I mean, the entire time Heartless was our number one choice. I didn't really know him. Like I had met him I think once or twice, but obviously like big fan of his music. So we're very grateful. Heartless has done a lot for the business, and Tommy as well, and we're just very happy that it's worked out the way that it has. He has his permanent menu item, and then Tease, he has a second permanent item coming out soon.
I've seen this.
Yes. On the 20th. So stay tuned for that. That'll be another Heartless-inspired menu item that is going to be on the menu permanently.
It looks so good. I mean, I do get a little insider scoop because,
Well, yes.
But I'm really excited for everyone to see this.
Yes, we're debuting it with the Tylenol Fragrances event on the 20th. So we're working with them to host an event, and since Heartless, as part of that, we're like, well, this is a good kind of segue to also unveil his new item.
It's perfect. I think it's like,
I think it works like so well because we have so much coming up, especially in May. I was like, okay, we either have to push it out now or wait until June if we wanted to do like a big release for it. So with this event, it's not like a huge thing for it, but it just works so we can get it out there and get it on the menu.
Yeah, and you know, I find Tommy and Heartless work so well together, and
yeah,
you know, I work for CLS and they're my bosses for that, and you have an event with CLS as well.
Yes, on the 12th, which when this is posted would be tomorrow, I think.
Oh no, this is posted. This is posted on Friday. Yeah.
Yes, so this will be tomorrow for people who are listening at the Vineyard. We're doing a drag bingo. It's called Drag Me to Bingo. We partnered with Pearls Seafood and CLS, and we will be doing, you know, some bingo rounds. We have 4 really like exciting prizes. And then we'll have some drag performances from people who have competed in the CLS drag shows before. So we have Crystal AB Dance Button, Parmesan, and then I am also going to be performing again.
You know, I don't know. So Heartless came to me and he was like, "Do you have any ideas of who could be in the drag show?" And I was like, "Well, it's at the Vineyard, of course. Adonis Award has to do it."
Yes, Adonis Award. Shout out to Curtis for coming up with that name.
Such a good name.
I will say, like, that experience, if we want to touch on that, I've never done anything like that before. I've never done drag. You know, I really had a lot of fun with it, and I think I surprised myself and other people too, that like I did really well. I mean, I didn't win, but I mean, I'm not sure if you were there, Jupiter, but like when I competed the first time, like I thought I kind of had a lot of fun with it, and that was kind of like the idea. It was like for my my talent, I dressed up as one of the white chicks and like did like the breakdancing scene.
I love that. Wait, that's
and then I dressed up as Brittany for like the costume aspect. So like for the event that's technically, I guess, tomorrow, I have visuals for it. So they told me camp, and I did something really dumb. So just be prepared for something stupid and fun, because like
I'm so excited.
I want it to be stupid and fun because I'll have fun doing that. Like if I'm giggling making my visuals, then I know I'm doing the right thing, right?
Exactly, and that's so I missed yours actually because of the like timing. But I was in a recent one as well, but
yes, I had a lot of fun, and I told Heartless, I said, even if it's not drag, any project you want me to be a part of, like, I'll do it. I mean, I had a lot of fun doing that, and I'm always like one of those people that I will do new things. Like I want to try something new, make, you know, like do the drag show. I was like, I don't really want to do this, but I had a blast and it was so much fun.
I was the same, because I was like, no, it's not really for me. And then once I signed up, and I did the same as you. In my head I was like, let's just have fun. Like let's just have fun, because
I just was like, don't need to win, just do what you need to do to have fun for yourself, and it doesn't matter what other people think, just as long as I'm having fun doing it, then it's a success, right? So that's kind of like the mentality. I mean, I try to remind myself that in everything, because obviously I plan a lot of events, not just for the Vineyard. We can talk about that too, but I always have that stress, right, that like people aren't going to enjoy it, you know, people aren't going to come, and I'm like, okay, I did my best, I enjoyed what I've done, and that's all that really matters at the end of the day.
Yeah, exactly. And so you're now currently, talking of event planning, you're currently hired at Rockford, right? Yes. And how did that come about?
So, you know, Dakota and Felix and I have had a nice working relationship for a while now. Kind of started with you know, working with Heartless, who is a Rockford artist, and then it really took off when we planned our March event with Jenny Talia, who, by the way, shout out to Jenny Talia.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I love Jenny.
Wonderful to work with. That was just like everything that I really wanted to happen in that event. We were able to do. We did our billboard. We had you know, Dakota and Hector made a stage for us.
Yes. I love
like the item. Everything about working with Jenny and with Rockford for that event was just like what I needed in like a collaboration, right? And so Dakota and Felix were just wonderful to work with that, and you know, we had kind of like talked about, you know, maybe going there at some point, you know, As you guys talked about last week, Star Records did close.
Yeah.
I was the head manager there, and when that happened, Dakota and Felix, reached out to me and Patty, and we were the first two that were brought over to Rockford.
Yeah, and so,
which was an honor. I mean, I'm not even a musical artist, and I was brought over like right away.
Oh, yeah, I mean,
which made me feel really good, right?
I mean, you know, the stuff that you've planned and the stuff that you did for SAR and the stuff that you've done for the Vineyard, like, you really should be proud of yourself, because
Thank you.
It's been so amazing. But yeah, we did talk about Star Records closing last week. I mean,
well, yes.
So I'm a Rockford artist. Connor is a dancer at Rockford. So we we didn't really know why it closed down.
Yeah.
But I assume that you do.
I do. I mean, we can kind of talk about, so I started at Triad, right?
Yeah.
I worked there kind of just off and on, whatever. Have a very close friendship with Emma and with Cece and with Lucy, who were all there. When it became Star, I was promoted to manager, and then I think a few months into that, I was made like head of events. So the way it was like formatted, there were like a head, like the CEOs, right, the COO, and then the two head managers.
Right. Yeah.
I was mostly in charge of events, but I did manage like 3 artists that needed less help with artist stuff. They were more independent, that I could just help with things as they needed, like with events or anything like that.
Yeah.
So like Nina Banks was one of the artists that I managed.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
So we talked about what happened with Lucy. That happened. I wasn't at that event. I don't really know everything about that, but that was kind of the beginning of it ending, right?
Right, yeah. I thought that might have been the case.
Yeah. At that point, Cece ended up moving cities, and then it was just kind of Emma and I. I don't blame Emma, but at that point she was just kind of a little low on it all, right? I mean, I would be too if all of that was happening, and it was just all on her, and she talked to me, and at that point I was doing most of the things with like events and making sure things were happening, but as I already own a business, it was just kind of a lot. Then Emma and I had a discussion that not that we wanted to close the business, but at that point it probably was just for the best.
Oh, so it was closed by Emma and not like...
Yes.
Ah, because I think, it's good that we've got you on here, because you know what people are like in the city, and...
Yeah. That was a decision made by the head management of Star. That wasn't like anything with the government. We decided that it was the best option to close. The last thing I would ever want is to leave artists kind of like stranded, but at that point, just with what was happening and like where things were going, it just felt like the best option, with nothing currently planned to just
yeah. And I think like
done. And it's you don't, just like the end of a chapter. It's not necessarily it's like it didn't end in this really crazy dramatic way that I feel like people might make it sound like. It really just was like, it was a great time, and I am very grateful for everything that I learned and everything that I experienced working there for so long. But it's just the end of an era, and sometimes things have to end and change, and we move on and move forward, and it's a matter of time before there's another label that takes the place of Star and GX.
Exactly, yeah. And
because now there's only one.
Yeah, there's only one. So I mean, like you said, you didn't want to leave. You didn't want to abandon artists, but I think when you said that it was just the two of you basically running it, and all the stress and everything on top with nothing planned, I guess in a way closing it kind of helped release those artists to not be abandoned. I don't know, I'm not saying that you would abandon them, but
no,
you know what I mean?
It was just there were a lot of different pieces in that that I'm not necessarily gonna like get all into, but it wasn't as this like huge dramatic thing that people thought it was. It was just like a decision that was made that we thought was for the best for everyone.
And I'm so glad that's cleared up, because I think people me included, I was like, oh my god, he's gonna come on this podcast. He's gonna spill all of this tea.
You know, I wish I had a lot of tea. I don't. I mean, there really wasn't a ton of tea or drama there. You know, it was just a decision that we came to, you know, as the two head management that was still in city. But yeah, no ill feelings towards any of them. I mean, you know, love Emma and Cece and Lucy. Like, you know, I've had great experiences with them, and yeah, that's kind of it. There's nothing crazy, you know, crazy drama.
We want crazy. I'm kidding. But what? I mean, I knew Emma. Like we talked a few times, and I really, you know, when I did talk to her, we got along really well, and I do really like Emma. I really respect her as a person, as an artist. I think she's really nice.
Emma Rold is like one of the most passionate people I know. Just like she cares so strongly about stuff, and that's like what I admire so much about her too. Is she's just so, she has an awareness that I feel like I don't always have. Just the way that she knows what she wants, and she's just so steadfast in that, and I really respect her for that.
I love that. And I always get intimidated by like bigger artists and like people who I see as, you know, bigger. So when I'd never really talked to her because I was always a little bit scared, I would say, until, you know, we did that Burger Shot event and we ended up being siblings through the cards, and I was like, oh my god, she's actually cool.
The murder mystery. Yes. Oh my god. The way I didn't know what you were talking. Yes.
Oh yeah, the murder mystery.
For those who don't know, the Burger Shop basically did like a traders thing that Jupiter and I won actually together.
We did.
They did their first one, we won, and then when we did All Stars, I think I didn't win. You didn't win either, did you? I don't remember.
No, I was so close.
I think I made it to 4. I got out because Mayla just decided that it was done, and she killed me.
So I remember jumping off the boat, but I think
I kept like evading death, and then Mayla was like, "This bitch needs to go. Like, he's been around too long. He already won the first time. Like, let's let other people win." So,
do you think that was part of it, and that's why we didn't win? Because we were good.
I'm sure. I mean, we were the only winners, I think, that were back, right?
Yeah, we were. We did good.
We had already won the money. I didn't play a second time to win again. Right?
No.
I just played because it's fun, and I love games like that. I love
it. Was so fun.
Any type of social deduction, stuff like that. Kind of a nerd, so anytime Burger Shot does that, I'll say yes.
What about a Vineyard Cluedo?
Vineyard Murder Mystery or something?
Yeah,
don't want to step on Burger Shot's toes.
Partner with them.
But we would love to do anything, like any type of like you know, creative and different idea is always something that we'll welcome. Like, we're always, you know, I'm annoying in my my business emails, and I'm always like, okay guys, like, what do you think of this? What do you think of this idea? Like, I want feedback from like the people that I'm working with as well, because like not all the ideas are going to come from me. You know, one of our newest menu items, we started a collab with Pearls, right? So they have a wine that's now on their menu. We make that, and they make our crab cake, and we like trade.
I like that.
Yeah, we do the same thing with Pizza This as well. So like the flatbread that's on our menu, Pizza This actually makes that for us, and then we give them wine as well.
I think that's what like is needed in the
For those who don't know, that's what we do with Pearls and with Pizza This, and with the like oh my god, I don't even know where I was going with this, but we have our newest menu item is the crab cake. I don't remember what I was talking about. I got on a tangent.
Yeah. So I mean, I met Emma, like I said, she's really nice. I only ever interacted with Lucy and Cece under, I don't know if you saw, under an Evergram post that I posted, and you know, I made my judgment based on that for them, but what were they like to work with?
I will say I know what you're talking about, but I don't think I never saw that post. I kind of know what you're talking about. Cece and I, same with Emma, had a relationship before we started working in this context, right? Like Cece was one of the first friends I had when I flew in, so like I've, you know, I think we've kind of gone down different paths, which is totally fine. I mean, she moved cities, you know, miss her, love her. She was good to work with as well, very open and with communication. And I mean, same with Lucy. Lucy is a little, you know, crazy, but she would do what she needed to do when it needed to be done. Was like, if I needed her to do something for me, she would do it.
Oh, I love that. Yeah, and I think because you know what, I've done some reflecting on, and I'm very. Well, I used to be, probably not anymore, but I used to be very like, you know, this person has been really rude or whatever.
Right.
I'm gonna basically cut them out. But then I realized I'm not really giving them a chance. That's like one interaction, and so I should probably not do that.
First impressions definitely matter. But I kind of try to be that way too with like a bad interaction, like giving people chances, because you know, like maybe I'm off my game and I give someone a bad first impression. Like, I'm gonna want to be able to have another chance with whatever person.
Exactly. Yeah. And that's what I'm kind of thinking now. But yeah, it's hard.
I mean, sometimes there's some bitches that be saying shit, and I'm.
Right.
You know, I feel like I'm not much of an instigator, you know, but I'll say what I need to do to defend myself if I need to, you know.
Yeah. And how are things with Lange?
Good. Yes. For those who don't know, my husband Lange is the director of the hospital.
Yeah.
We've been together for a long time. I think since July.
Yeah, I mean, he recently signed me off at my court case as being mentally stable. Thank you, Lange.
Oh my god, yay! You know, I could sit here for 4 hours and just talk about him, but
I
love him so much. He's very important to me. Yes.
I remember. I don't know if you knew when. I don't think I knew you when I was in the throuple with Elodie and Oliver. But
I think we have like interacted here and there, but we didn't like officially meet until like the burger shot thing that we did.
Yeah. Well, it's funny, when we were breaking up, Elodie was like, she's gonna kill me for saying this, but she was like, I found someone else. And we were like, what? Who is it? And she was like, he has pink hair and he has tattoos. And at the time, I had pink hair and tattoos. And I was like, what the fuck, Elodie?
That's so funny.
And she was like, he's called Adonis. And Oliver was like, she's making it up. We were just like, no, she's making it up. And
I mean, Elodie and I definitely had like chatted, but nothing like ever really happened. But
well, she was like, yeah, he's my boyfriend. And so we were like, well, he's not even real. And then we went on a hunt.
I love Elodie. She's so funny. She's so funny.
Well, we went hunting for you. Couldn't find you anywhere. I think maybe Times or something. Like, and then the Burger Shot event, I was like, no, actually before that, when I saw you before that, I was like, oh my god, he's real.
And I didn't always have the pink hair. I'm, you know, naturally blonde, but I dyed it last year, and I wasn't gonna leave it, and then it just kind of became my thing.
Yeah, I love it.
And I feel like I just like look this way, and that's how people know me, and you know, just gonna not mess with that. I'm identifiable.
Yeah, it's your brand.
Yes, the pink hair. Mm-hmm. Yep.
So, is there anything that people might not know about you, about the business, about anything you can, like, you know, any juicy gossip, any exclusives?
Juicy gossip. I mean,
I don't know.
I feel like right now a lot of like what I've been doing is just focusing on my business. You know, we talked about like that I'm over at Rockford now. Dakota and Felix made a position for me.
I know. I love them.
So right, like just like that in itself, just like is. I mean, I couldn't speak. You know, I could sit here forever and talk about how much I love Dakota and Felix. And how much they've just supported me just as friends before we even became co-workers. You know, anytime like I need something, I'll be like, hey Dakota, like I need, you know, they're always willing to help me with anything, even if it's not related to like the business. But I don't know if I have any like gossip.
You're terrible.
I'm like that person that like I know the things, you know, but I don't want to be in the drama. But I want to know it all.
You know
like,
what?
Tell me everything that's happening,
me.
but like I don't want to be in it.
Yeah, tell me everything, but don't say my name when you talk about it. And...
Right. Leave me out of it, and sometimes you still get in it anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess like in terms of, I mean, we could talk about the Sphere event if you wanted to. I planned that.
Oh my god, I forgot about that. I don't know how I forgot because.
Well, yes.
It was a gigantic sphere in the city.
Yes. For those, you know, who were unhappy with the Sphere, I did not pick the venue.
I think the Sphere was amazing.
I thought it was really cool. So, you know, obviously my husband is director of EMS and reached out and was like, hey, will you help us plan this event to raise money for EMS and like some awareness? And, you know, they told me what the venue was, like a description of it and kind of what they needed. So, you know, I helped them compile a list of artists that we were wanting to see. And then I kind of ran it the day of as well.
That stage was on lockdown. Like,
yes.
I remember
run that shit like the Navy.
I remember the emails, like,
yeah,
if you step foot in this venue and you are not part of it,
right.
You're gonna be in trouble. I was like,
the hall was like under lock and key. Like only me and Dakota had access to the hall, and only people who had, you know, who worked at one of the record labels had keys.
I was stressed that I was gonna like trip up and fall up inside of it
right,
and be like, shit, I'm gonna get killed.
It was very much that they didn't want anyone to like see the venue or see like what it did. And for those who like weren't there or like didn't see it, it basically was like the Sphere from Las Vegas.
Yeah.
Like the outside was a big screen, and then the inside, the whole like dome part of the ceiling was a screen. So it was really cool. I mean, I think it was a bit too big of a venue for like what the event was, but it was something different. You know, I'm like,
yeah,
it was cool. Like the visuals were cool. It was just fun, you know.
And the people who didn't like it, I get why, but I mean, how do I put this? If they were stronger, if they had stronger brains, maybe they would have loved it.
Right. Yes.
I think they would have.
Little meme of like Kermit the Frog sipping tea. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a cool event that I was able to be a part of. And then I guess like, you know, I mentioned the Vineyard. We have a bunch of stuff like coming up. I could give like a little teaser. Next month we're having a exclusive combo with another business.
Oh, can you
I'm not gonna say what business yet. I will say it isn't like our normal business collabs. We're like trading items. Like both our like, you know, the Vineyard and then this other business will be selling an exclusive combo. But stay tuned. That will be announced probably before the end of the month. We've been working on it for a while.
Okay.
And then there is a big, you know, musical artist / group that we're working on stuff with right now too.
Can you tell us who?
I don't think I can tell you who, but they're yes, they're kind of icons, and I'm very excited to be working with them.
Are they?
It's more than one person. I'll just tell you that.
I think I know who it is.
I can't say, but just like a little, you know, a little.
They don't live in this. They don't live in the city, do they?
You'll see. I can't say. I've already said too much, Jupiter. That will be early next month, I think.
Oh my god, I'm excited.
Yeah. We have a lot of things going on. You know, the drag event tomorrow.
Yes.
And then we have our collaboration event with Tylenol, who, by the way, love Tylenol. He's so much fun to work with. Like, he's just, I'm like, can I do? He's like, okay, I'll do it right now. And then he like does this amazing graphic and sends it to me. I'm like, okay, perfect.
Oh, that'll be the.
It was the same thing with Jenny too.
That'll
like
be the cocaine.
Well, yeah.
With Tylenol, I mean.
Yeah, I like with the Jenny item, you know.
Love Jenny.
You don't know, the item that we did with Jenny was a booby shot glass.
Oh, it's just so Jenny. I love that.
And so I'm so proud of that, because that was my idea, and then Jenny, she helped me like bring it to life, right? So she made the glass and we did the concept. She like did all the concept art for it, but so it was a collaboration. But yes, that was so Jenny, right? Like the over the top, just like oh my god, I would work with her for every event. Like she was just she's
so nice
as well.
Yeah,
and
like
so willing to talk through different ideas and really just, you know, yes, it was her event, but she also understood that it was a collaboration event too. So it was our event and her event, and she really did such a good job at just making us all a part of it, if that makes sense. Love Jenny. I mean, we worked with, I mean, obviously Heartless as well, and then we had an event with Frost Mob. You know, all great. Love that.
And who's the worst person you've worked with, like artist wise?
The worst person I've worked with is just like that oh my god, what's that show where they like have to like eat the gross thing if they don't answer the question?
Yeah, you have to eat a hot chicken wing. I think I've got some.
Oh my god. Well, I mean, I'm not gonna answer that question. I don't want beef with people, but just know I do have an answer.
Can you tell us what? Can you tell us like what they did to make them the worst?
They were just rude.
Yeah.
They were just like very I'll say, like, for anyone that knows me, I don't like being talked down to.
Yeah, me too.
Like being talking to me like I'm either like a child or then I'm like stupid. And this person, and unintentionally or not, did that to an extreme degree, and it drove me crazy. And this isn't someone I did an event with. This is just someone that I have worked with at some point in the like 16 months that I've been in city. So
what did it look like? Okay.
What's over there? What do they do? Yeah. You know, this person and I, we don't have beef. Like we're fine. Like whatever. But you know,
is it an artist?
Sometimes no comment.
Oh, I think it's an artist. No, I mean there's so many artists, so that would not narrow it down.
There's a lot of artists. You know, I love this person, so like it's no like, you know, oh my god, I hate them and I hope they fail. It was just, you know, my limited interactions with them weren't positive, but that's just me. That was just my experience. I'm sure people have had experiences with me that aren't positive, and you know,
yeah,
I hate that, but like I'm sure it's happened before.
Yeah, it happened with me. Yeah, no, I'm kidding.
Fucking crazy. That's crazy. I mean, I don't know. There's just like, I'm trying to think, like, has anything happened this week?
Do you know what? I'm actually on vacation.
You've been on vacation, yes. The only thing I've seen is I saw something posted about an event from like they're called Lighthouse Studios. I don't know if that's like they're putting on a release party. I personally don't know if they are like a label or like maybe an event company. I can't speak on that, but I just saw that recently posted in Evergram. That's like the only thing I can think of. Also, you guys talked about Brandy last week. Shout out to Brandy. I miss her every day.
I know. Brandy is the only one who sends comments and stuff on
I love you, Brandy. I love you, Brandy.
So
oh my god.
Like, we know for sure Brandy's watching.
Yes, Brandy, I miss you so much. I'm trying to think. But I mean, the DOJ had like a fight night event. Did you go to that?
I didn't know, but you know, I heard that Izzy had brass knuckles.
You know, that's the rumor. I did fight her, and she did kick my ass. So, I mean, I don't know.
Your ass doesn't get kicked very easily.
I 1v1'd Fran and won.
Oh my god, the mayor?
Yes.
You killed the mayor?
No, she's okay. She's fine.
Exclusive.
It was Adonis Devereaux kills the mayor. No, Fran is a great friend of mine, and we had a consensual fighting, right? We
Yeah. You both signed up.
It was very funny. Yeah, I just walked up and I said, "Do you want to fight me?" And she's like, "Sure," with with her Fran voice.
Sure.
Like, wink. Yeah.
Oh, you did that really well.
love Fran.
She's amazing.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of like all the things, you know.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's been a.
I don't have like a lot of like, oh my God, Jupiter, did you hear about this? I wish I did.
I know, and you know what? We like to keep our like I don't. As much as we love gossip, we like it to be.
Oh my God. I mean, you know what?
Truthful.
I'm a homosexual. I love gossip, but
yeah, we like to be truthful on here. So
right, right.
Yeah,
there's nothing really. I feel like, especially since I've gotten the business too, I just kind of been in my own little world a little bit.
Yeah, so everyone listening, make sure you go to the Vineyard. Check out their.
Yes, come support. We're open. Come to the drag event tomorrow and see my set. My drag name is Adonis.
So excited.
Is Adonis Award. Shout out to Curtis.
Oh my God, I have to apologize to you, Adonis.
Wait, what?
So Heartless asked me to do the poster for it like so long ago, and I just completely forgot. And then
You're fine.
I was like halfway done, and then he said, "Oh, Jupiter, is the poster ready?" And I was like, "Oh fuck!" I was like, "Yeah." So I was like finishing it off really quick, and then he said, "Oh, Adonis is posted in the events." But
I just needed it to be in the calendar, you know.
Yeah.
But like, you're so fine. Don't worry about it. Trust me. The amount of times that I like forget to do something.
Yeah, I was just like, because
I have like notes always written down.
Because I'm doing my album right now, and I'm just like really stressed with that. But let's just keep starting.
I literally wrote down lists of things today to talk about, so I didn't forget because I'm very chaotic brained, you know.
Jacob does that. May he rest in peace. I'm kidding. He's not dead.
Oh my God.
He's not.
I remember meeting Jacob like my third day or something. I posted something on Birdie, and I like ran into him at an event, and he goes, "Were you the guy with the nipple piercings on Birdie?" That's like the first conversation we ever had.
That sounds like it sounds like a conversation.
Sounds just like Jacob, right?
Yeah. He does.
Remember him showing me Ignite Me in the fucking Chaos studio before RIP Chaos Records.
God. I've only ever heard about that. I never actually was there for it.
Guys, I've been around a while now, so
yeah, ancient
things.
Adonis.
I mean, I hit 14 months like yesterday, today, I think.
I mean, I could not have been. I hit my 12 months this month. I feel like I could not have been. It feels like so much happened before I got there.
Yeah.
But
I mean, people were talking about the local EMS, and I was like, I remember that.
Oh, I know.
I remember Ubu Cafe. I remember the VU.
I remember those places. Actually.
Oh my God! Wait, what was the like the British saloon that was in Sandy?
Oh.
What was that place called? Oh my God! Everyone's gonna flame me in the comments for forgetting.
I
don't remember.
So it wasn't. Is it
the King's Arms?
The King's Arms. The King's Arms. It was the King's Arms.
Yeah, because I had like opened a burrito recently, and I was like, "What the?" It was something called Spotted Dick, and I said, "Where is this from?" I said, "Isn't that like a British thing?" So I'm assuming that's where it came from, but I'm like, it was the only thing in the burrito too. I was like, "What the heck? Hello?"
So anyone listening, if you've left your spotted dick in Adonis's burrito,
yeah, I have your spotted dick.
Just tell us where it's from.
Yeah, you can give me a call. Yeah.
But oh my God, thank you, Adonis, so much for being
of course
on the podcast and for clearing stuff up.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sorry I didn't have like all the drama to unpack. Just a little bit of clarification on things. And
but I think that's probably the best thing. Make sure that it kind of stops rumors and
right. No drama here.
And I'm proud of you and Emma for coming to what would be a very difficult decision together.
Yeah. It's not like we're like, this is easy. It was not an easy decision that we made, but it was definitely the best, I think.
I agree, and I hope the artists are okay. I'm sure they are.
Well, yes, and it's a matter of time before there's another label.
Yeah, Adonis Records.
Last thing, a lot of people, I guess, were thinking that I was gonna run Star Records. I already own a business, Eva. I'm
Yeah.
not doing that. Like,
I think because of how much you
apparently
did.
that was like a rumor. Yeah, apparently that was like a rumor going around, and I was like, no.
Two
If I
businesses
didn't
would have
own
been
a business,
stressful.
maybe I would have considered it. But also, like we talked about, I'm not an artist. I do events, and I know a lot of the things with how labels are run, but I don't. You know, I don't make music.
I mean, Dakota's not an artist either.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think you'd have been very good as a
Well,
as
thank
an
you.
owner of a label, but equally, you're amazing as an owner of a
Well, thank you. I
Thank
love
you,
my
so-
business. I would never give it up. So.
good. Because if that thing sells again, I'm gonna blow
Well,
it
yes,
up.
I'm obsessed with my business, which is good. But oh my god, the way I want to tell you all the things, but maybe like
Do it. Just do
when
it.
we're not live, I'll just tell you.
Okay.
Maybe you sign an NDA or something.
I will. Of course I will. But thanks again. Is there anything?
Yeah, thanks.
Is there any last things you want to say to our listeners?
Come to the drag event tomorrow at the Vineyard. It's at 9:30 EST. Please. There's bingo and brunch food that's like been discontinued that we're bringing back. So please come. It'll be fun.
Yeah.
We have 4 prizes. They're a surprise, but
Oh.
you know, yeah, it's gonna
Well,
be great.
I'll be there for such a prize. I love a prize.
Well, yes, if you win bingo, you'll win a prize.
But thanks again so much, and
Yes, thank you.
yeah, it's been great. To everyone listening, have a good rest of your day, and I always say have a good night, but it's not the night. Goodbye.